And I'm getting in focus. That GH5 camera, I'm really happy with it in everything apart from autofocus. It's the worst when it comes to autofocus. I don't think I've had this many camera angles ever. So I've got my GH5 set up there. I've got a little RX100 Mark 7 Sony. I've got a little GoPro 8 up here. And I've got a 360 camera over there. Welcome to episode 29 of the 10-minute modeling challenge. So we're closing in on the big 3-0 now, not far to go. I don't think there's anything special about hitting 30, but we'll have to do some celebration. What should I do for number 30? I'll have to try to get something quite tricky done, I guess. I'll have to think of something new. For this video, I'm gonna... Can you hear that sound? 2016, the 17th of September, a helicopter came along and landed just out here, and I ran out with my shotgun mic. I'm actually recording with a shotgun mic now, so I can't really show it. But my NTG3, I had it in a big shotgun thing, and I ran out with my recorder as well. My sound device is 633, not that you care about what type of equipment it is. But I ran out about 9 o'clock in the evening, the helicopter landed. So I needed to capture that sound because, as you might know, I record sound effects for games and films, but mostly used for games. So I thought, I don't have a helicopter sound and I really need that. So I ran out with my recorder and it looked like a proper weirdo, and the ambulance helicopter landed. Quite happy with the sound. I managed to get some decent loops out of that. And that's all in the Universal Sound Effects library now. So if you grab that one, you already have that sound in your library, in your hands. Last week we did a jumbo jet, the Boeing 747. So let's just stick a little bit longer on this aircraft theme. Let's make ourselves a helicopter. It's not going to be in a particular helicopter, but I guess it'll be inspired by something like an Apache attack helicopter or something. I don't even know what they're called. I should look these things up before I record, but I don't. But I'll just make some sort of a military helicopter. Not sure if I'll be able to do any weaponry or anything like that, but at least it should be a helicopter in the end. So, ready, steady, go, and we're off. Yes, it's counting. So let's go to edit and do auto mirror, tab A, scale everything up a little bit, scale Y, and then scale it down Y a little bit. Let's extrude this one, make the front of the helicopter, scale down, move it down, E to extrude, scale, S to scale down, and move it forward a bit, E to extrude again, S to scale that one down. Let's move this one up to there maybe. Let's get the back of the helicopter, E to extrude, S to scale. Down a bit to there maybe, E to extrude, S to scale. Let's move that one to there and move that on in there, E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale down, and then let's get that one in as well. So that's going to be our main part of the helicopter. Now let's do I to inset and B to border to get rid of that center face, GG twice to move that one in and get this one about slightly uniformed. Move it up a little bit, E to extrude. That's 1 on the keypad, no, 3 on the keypad to get a side view, S to scale that one, G to move it up to there maybe. Control R, let's do some loop cuts here. Control R again. Here we'll get Control R again. Here, let's get a fin going here. So we'll do E to extrude and let's snap that one back. Let's go side view. Let's just get that one sort of in the right place. So maybe like this. And here, E to extrude that, S to scale it, and move it into there maybe. And let's do that one, GG, and I think there's like a slit here sometimes. So G, okay, I'll just move it in. There we go, and that's our back. Now we should do maybe Control R, get some more of an aerodynamic shape here. Let's get these vertices selected, so I'll just shift select these, move these down. Move this out, get a little bit of a roundness to the chopper. And then maybe we'll select these vertices here, bring them in and down, like that. And then let's fix the nose a little bit here as well. So let's move that one for, how am I doing? 750, okay. And GG twice, GG, okay. That, I guess that's roughly a shape of a helicopter. Okay, let's see. And front view, 1 on the keypad, G to move that one to there. Here we go. Now we need some windows. You have to see out of this thing as well. So I, and then I've already got the boundary, so I'm okay with that. I to inset this one, and then these I can actually do I twice on, so I get the individual. Shift select these, Alt E, extrude long normals in, and maybe that should do. And then let's just make those black. We change the whole color of the helicopter to like this, maybe that one. Okay, so that's our main part of the chopper. Now let's do Control R here. Actually, it looks like it's a bit too long here, so let's Shift select that, bring it down. Maybe we scale it up a little bit still. Bring that up. Okay, that's gonna have to do. Now I think extrude a little something here to get a bit of a more aggressive shape. I twice to get inset sorted. E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, S to scale on. And maybe we'll move these up a little bit so it's a bit bulkier. And that should be, and these down maybe. There we go. And let's get one of those, like a wing here that they mount all the armament on, or whatever you call it. The warheads and the rocket launchers and everything like that. So maybe like this, E to extrude that on, S to scale it and bring it down. So that's that. We need engines as well. So here, let's do select these two edges and right click on one of them and do subdivide. And then select this one, GG, good game. I can look in this camera now too, 555. E to extrude, here's the engines now, so I'll just do some sort of a jet engine, I guess it is. E to extrude, S to scale that one down. Let's get an intake going here as well. I to inset, E to extrude, but I'll just do that one to make sure. Oh, let's see. E to extrude, and then I'll move it on the axis. Control plus, get that one to black. So it looks a bit dark in there. Here as well, I to inset, E to extrude, and then go black. There we go. Okay, 5 minutes. Now we need some rotors or something like that. So let's go select that edge and do Shift S, cursor to selected, Shift and tab out of that one, Shift A, and let's add a new mesh cube. Then we need to go to shading and set the material to the same one here. Tab or UV editing, A, scale everything down. A on the left side, scale the UVs down to 0. Let's make that gray for now. Scale that one down. And now we have to do some rotors. So let's move everything back a little bit further again. And E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude, E to extrude, E to extrude, S to scale. And then here, let's go Alt select that for loop select, Alt E and do extrude individual faces, period to do individual origins, and comma to do normals. Alt E, extrude, scale. Actually, I can just do E to extrude now, I think. Scale, and then E to extrude again. Let's see, scale, and then scale on the, let's see, comma, undo global again, scale Z. We want to flatten these. And now let's do E to extrude these a lot. No, we don't, because I need to do Alt E again. Alt E, extrude along normals. And maybe all the way nearly back to there. Scale, Shift Z to make them a bit wider. I don't know if the blades look like that. Alt E again, extrude along face normals. And now let's do comma or period and do medium point. R to rotate around Z. Then Control plus, let's make that orange. L to select everything and get this to black for some difference. And now let's do also, that should be all right, I think, actually. Yeah, how am I doing? 324. Okay, so I'll grab this one, L to select this one. I just need part of this to make the small rotor here, so I'll Alt select these and with Shift selected. And then I'll do Control plus, maybe to there. Shift D to duplicate that. Slide it down to here. Rotate Y 90 degrees. F to cap that little hole there that was missing. Move it to there maybe. Scale it down. Bring it up. Let's just place it somewhere here. Got an issue here I see now, so I have to fix this. Let's bring that forward. Okay, I've got multiple issues down here. Slide that forward. That's okay, I think. Now back to the little rotor here. So let's select these. How am I doing for time? 2:28. Alt E to extrude long normals. S to scale it maybe, but Shift. No, that should do it. E to extrude again. Nope. Alt E to do normals. period, do individual origins, scale them down a little bit. Okay, that's okay, I think. And then make them orange as well, G on the left side. Let's rotate these to make them look a little bit less perfect here as well. So L to select that one, R to rotate to there maybe, and here. Select this whole thing, so tab into edit mode on that one, L to select all the linked, rotate Z. So there we go. Oh yeah, we also have to rotate these blades, so get some aerodynamic. I know when the chopper's still as well, it should really be hanging down from gravity, but I won't add that now. Because when they spin in the game, you probably wouldn't want that. So Control plus now, comma, and do normal, and then period, and make sure it's individual. Rotate Z, and we can slant those quite a bit, so it looks like that. Okay, 122. Let's do some, maybe we'll color the underneath the belly here. Hold the shift key, get that one to a brighter white, or a brighter blue. Maybe even a nearly white there. No, let's just keep it there. Okay, now let's put some weapons here as well. So I only got 1 minute, so let's do shift space, nope, shift S, cursor selected, shift A. Let's do a cylinder there. Let's bring it down to maybe just 10. Keep that low poly look. A, scale to 0 there. Let's make that, let's just make some sort of a, so we'll rotate X 90. Okay, I have to do comma and do global first, and then do median, rotate X 90, scale it down, and let's bring that one in, L to move it on. Okay, 20 seconds, let's do G. So we'll just have to make something that could be a weapon, a low poly weapon of some sort here. Let's just do I to inset, E to extrude. Should probably have individual holes on this one, but it could just be some sort of a rocket firing thing for now. So 10 seconds, let's do 2 of these. Let's get some extra weaponry here. So no landing gear, I should be all right. I guess it's up and flying. I think that's our chopper. And time's up, guys and girl, because there's more of you now. That's great. All right, guys, there we have it. We've got ourselves a little low poly helicopter. It's some sort of a combat helicopter. I don't really know what type it is. I guess, if anything, I guess it was slightly inspired by like an Apache helicopter. I think the rear looks a little bit like that, but I don't think anything else looks like the Apache helicopter. So I guess it's just a random low poly military style helicopter that could be used in a game. To make this one ready for a game, you wouldn't keep this as one object. What you do is keep the helicopter here. If I do shift space and G, you can see that we've got the center point. That's pretty good, center of gravity for that helicopter. But for this one, let's see now, we should really separate these so they're 2 individual objects. So I'm gonna name this one, it's gonna have to be called cube because we always wanna save the cube. So it's gonna be called cube. So live with that. And this one, I can actually happily name blades or rotor or something like that. So let's put rotor. Main, actually, we should put main rotor. And then if you tab now and do L to select all the linked, so that'll grab all of these here, and then do P and then select selection or separate selection there. And then this is actually going to be called the tail rotor. And then this one we have to just rename again. I can do F2 here. I know I keep forgetting that. So F2 to rename, and we've got ourselves a rotor there. And here it's important that the center of the pivot point is in the center, which it isn't at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll just grab maybe that face there, go to top view here, and do Shift S and then cursor to selected. And then we can see here. And it doesn't really matter where it is on the y-axis, but it's probably better if it's down here. So I'd probably go to maybe tool here. What I could do is hide this one for now. H, tab back into this one. I'll select this face instead. Shift S, cursor to selected, tab. And then we'll do F3, set origin. And then we'll do origin to 3D cursor. And then we'll do the same for this tail rotor here as well. So select that one. We'll do tab into edit mode, select this face. Shift S, cursor to selected, tab out of edit mode, F3, set origin, and then do origin to 3D cursor. So now when you rotate these, it'll rotate around the correct axis and pivot point there. Same for this one. And we can do Alt-H to unhide the helicopter. So this is pretty much set up now to be exported into like a game engine, so you could be flying it about. If you make a game, I wouldn't really keep just this rotor spinning like this, because Unless maybe if you've got motion blur, that would work. But you'd probably want to do, I've actually done this in a game before. So what I usually do is I take this rotor and I bring it into Photoshop, and then I do some radial blur on it to create just like a spinning disc with lots of... so basically you don't see the rotor blades, you just see like a round disc with some interference, is it called, or something like that. Just like blurry blades in a big spinning circle. That's what I do. And then I usually do like just a sprite instead that I keep spinning. So once the rotors are up and spinning, I'll hide this actual physical model, and then I'll just replace it with that spinning disc, which is a sprite. That works if it's low poly anyway. You'd probably have to do some trickery if you're going to be having some thickness to it as well. That should obviously be pointing forward. So to fix this, you'd grab that, just slide it forward. That'll make it look a lot better. Okay, the tip this week is if you press comma here, you have the orientation. And for me, it was important this time to switch from global to normal. And I've done that a few times in the past, but it doesn't harm to repeat this. If I go back to the default, which is global here, and what I did to rotate these blades was I selected these here. And if you don't make that change, so I've got the tips there selected. Let's do Control+ on the keypad to grow that selection. It's a bit difficult to see now because these are orange, but it actually grew this selection, so these side faces are selected too. If I do Control+ again, you'll see what happened there, but I'll do Control-. Now, so if I do R to rotate and Z, you can see that it spins the whole helicopter blade here instead. And that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to tilt each individual blade here around its own axis. So that's why I did, first of all, I did comma and switched it from global to normal, because now when I do rotate and Z, it rotates around the median's normal, because I actually have to do one more thing, and that's press period on the keyboard here and do switch from median point to individual origins. So remember, comma, normal, period, individual origins. And now when I do R to rotate and Z, it actually rotates the blades individually like this. And it'll save you a lot of time. You wouldn't want to do it manually for each blade. So keep that in mind. The tip this week, comma, set the orientation. There are other ones that you can play around with as well. And then do period and make sure that you go to individual origins. I do this all the time, often, very, very much. Every build I do, every model I create, I do a lot of stuff with the comma and period to switch these around. It'll save you a lot of time and make it quite fast to model for you. Also want to give a shout out, thanks to Art Dragon, Terry Perihemic, and Alan Shazar. Sorry for saying your names wrong, probably. But thanks a lot for suggesting a helicopter this week. And I also want to give a big shout out to all my patrons. Thanks a lot. Your support is really helping me out. And today I'll be uploading the 29 blend files that I've created during the course of this 10-minute modeling challenge to my Patreon page. So all tiers will be able to download those and have a look how they were made. So what else is happening? Well, it's summertime now, so I'm still working on the game. I've got another week to go now before I go on my holiday, which is going to be, I'm going to have 4 weeks off, but I'm still going to work on the game and do, obviously I'm still going to do my videos and things like that, because for some reason there's no holiday when it comes to video making. I'm set to do these 10-minute builds every week now for the rest of the year, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So we're already in mid-July. And I'm building a diffuser, so I'm actually recording that part because I'm going to record some sound effects. It's long overdue for me to update Universal Sound Effects with more stuff. Plus, I have to get rid of stuff. When we renovated the house, I took a few windows out, and I have been saving myself. I didn't go to the dump with those yet because I want to record myself smashing those. And I want to record that in my sound room, but it's very dry and dead in that sound room now because it's just basically absorbing stuff. So I wanted to add some panels to do some diffusion in there. So I'm currently buying some wood and I'm building myself a diffuser and I'm recording that as well. So I'm going to be splitting in a few things where it comes to not just Blender and Unity. I'll have to do a few things with to my audio fans as well because they've been waiting for about 4 years now. So I'll put a video or two in about that as well. My daughter Maya, who's 6 now soon. She's 5, but she'll be 6 in a few, oh my god, that's only a few weeks away. She was sitting here playing Minecraft earlier today. I wanted to teach her a little bit that sometimes food can be more important than diamonds. So you're on a deserted island, there's no food around you, you're very hungry. You have to survive this because I was trying to teach her now that even though you could sell the diamonds, there was no one there to buy the diamond. So I told her, you can only pick one thing. So you have a chest, and in the chest you've got 5 pieces of bread and 5 diamonds. I just thought I'd keep it simple like that. She didn't even hesitate. She's like, I'll take the chest.